Greetings and salutations. Welcome to LoveCast 135. I'm going to start out with an improv this evening. No, in D. Well, thank you. Um, hey, Ned Clark. Good to see you, man. Kelsey, Melissa, Barbara, Diana Nicole, Susan, Craig Jackman. Oh, I see Benny here as well. Terry Smith, Corey Benjamin, my mom, Rhonda Soto. Sorry to hear you're having a rough week, Kelsey. But, glad you could be here with us now. Yeah. I was kind of having a rough week as well. Mostly physically. Just kind of ran myself into the ground. This is another one of those days where I had modeling jobs. It's like ran almost right up to showtime here this evening. And, yeah, actually called out sick for one yesterday for the first time, like maybe the second time in my entire life. Yeah, here we are. Doing okay now, though. How's everybody out there in Vaudacity land? Serona Farron's here. And someone in our presence, Mr. Ned Clark is releasing an album right now, or has just released an album, Untrammeled. Check that out however you consume music. Ned, do you have a link that you want to share with us in the chat? Hello, Karen Oliver. Karen, I bet you would, you in particular, would dig Untrammeled. Hello, Joe Warren. Joe's probably already listened to it all. Yeah, man, you should, by all means, post a link down there in the chat. And everybody go check out Ned's music. I'm a big fan. I can say without reserve. Long-term fans of the LoveCast have actually heard me play Ned Clark music before, so there we go. And Ned Clark was like the first guest on the LoveCast, right? I think that's the case, right? I think it was. Am I imagining that? Yeah, I think that was. I think Ned was the first like in-person guest. We did it outside in the balcony up in Big Bear. Yeah. Yeah. So, LoveCast 25. Joe Warren is saying she would know. Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Well. Love you too, Vinny. Love both of you guys. After tonight's show is the 2-year anniversary of In the Cove. There we go. We got Craig Jackman just threw a post in there. I think you can right-click any link that you see in the chat and open it like in a new window to save for later, if I'm not mistaken. So join us after the LoveCast this evening for the 2-year anniversary of Paul Carganilla's LiveCast in the Cove. Can you remember where you were at the first episode of the Cove? I know exactly where I was. I was sitting in front of a fireplace in Big Bear with Wolfgang, being all quiet and isolated. Yeah. So, yeah, it was Amanda. Hey, Amanda, I was literally right here. Yeah, a bunch of us, I bet, were in the... Hey, Nick Davila. All right, so here's a Song by an Irish folk guy. Hey, Zach White. How you doing? Steve Boardman. Good to see you. Angelica, if I didn't say hello to you, I think I did. Damien Rice is an Irish musician, and I don't know. Recently, I was just remembering the movie Closer, and I'm not sure why I was thinking of it in particular. But this song was featured quite prevalently. This is The Blower's Daughter. So it is, just like you said it would be. Life goes easy on me most of the time. And so it is. No glory, no hero in the sky. Can't take my eyes off of you. 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 I can't take my eyes off of you. I can't take my eyes. So it is, just like you said it should be. We both forget the breeze most of the time. And so it is. I can't take my eyes off of you. Can't take my eyes off of you. I can't take my eyes off of you. I can't take my eyes off of you. I can't take my eyes off of you. Can't take my eyes. Oh, did I say that I loathe you? Did I say that I wanted to leave it all behind? I can't take my mind off of you. I can't take my mind off of you. 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 I can't take my mind. My mind. My mind. Till I find somebody new. Thank you for the plug from the Vaudacity network keyboard. You can drop something in the virtual tip jar, of course. It's loved and appreciated, particularly. I'm kind of internally overemphasizing a little bit of a financial setback that I've just recently undergone. But hey, c'est la vie, right? Thank you, Amanda. Yeah, I love that song too. Hey, David. Karen Oliver. Thank you. Who originally did that song? Damien Rice is the name of the artist. Damien Rice. He's got an album that came off of that. I don't know if it was actually recorded live in pubs or if they kind of like replicated that with like with Foley basically, but it sounds very like, you can hear people talking and like glasses clinking and stuff like that. Damien Rice is the one who had a hit with it because it was featured on the movie Closer, which was an accurate reproduction of the play of the same name. I don't think that the play had anything to do with the music. I think that was just kind of the producers mixing those things all together. And yeah, I can't remember what year the movie Closer came out. The play had been going for a little while before that, though. Thank you, Amanda. Says the Hunter's version is better. Thank you, darling. Yeah, if anybody is in the sound of my voice, if there is anyone within the sound of my voice that is not aware, tune in for Amanda on Demanda next week. It is her 100th show. Amanda on Demanda, episode 100. Amanda, what is the theme for your 100th show, by the way? Yeah, my mom is saying, I remember when Damien Rice got popular, all the commercials were sounding like him. I kind of remember that. Holy shit, Amanda is making a 100-song wheel. Wow. That is ambitious. Are you going to rehearse all 100 songs, or is this going to be just like watch her hang on by the skin of her teeth? It'll be a week-long show, David says. Okay. Yeah, that's ambitious. Damn, 100 songs. I did hear you say that last night. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did. That's right. For sure, only stuff I really know. I mean, yeah, when if your solid back pocket catalog is in the 3 digits at all, you're rehearsing a lot. You're doing well. Hell yeah. So I think I'll stay with the Irish theme From Damien Rice, I'm going to move into a traditional Irish folk song. I remember having some, I don't know, I would just say all out spiritual experiences. So when I was growing up, I would go to this Irish pub in St. Louis. So St. Louis has a full-on blues neighborhood. It's the blues district. It's called Soulard, and and you could go in if you were not of age, as long as you just weren't drinking. They would card at the bar instead of carding at the door. I don't know if that's still the case these days. I have no idea how underage drinking laws are enforced, etc. Very out of touch with that conversation, particularly in the Midwest. However, my friends and I could go into any of the blues bars when we were underage, and we could also go to McGurk's. McGurk's is this Irish bar, pub, also in the blues district of St. Louis. And any touring Irish band that's traveling through the Midwest always made a stop at McGurk's. And it felt to me and my friends like the closest thing that you could find to an actual tavern that you and your Dungeons and Dragons party would find yourself in. And so for me and my geeky D&D buddies, McGurk's was like the mecca for folk music. And oh my God, their lamb stew was off the hook. Mom was saying in the chat, McGurk still has wonderful food. So this song I'm about to play, I can remember having just spiritual experiences hearing this song at McGurk's. But I think to get really geeky with it, the first time I ever heard this song might have been on Star Trek The Next Generation, where Chief O'Brien has his own sort of focus episode, and he's relating to this captain he used to work with, and he was kind of crazy and gone off of the deep end, and they're both Irish. And at some point, kind of late in this episode of Star Trek, they sing this song. This is called The Minstrel Boy. The minstrel boy to the war has gone. In the ranks of death you'll find him. His father's sword yet girded on, and his wild heart slung behind him. Land of song, cried the warrior bard, though all the world betrays thee. One sword at least thy right shall guard, one faithful heart shall praise thee. The minstrel fell, but the foeman's chain could not bring his proud soul under. The heart he loved never spoke again, for he tore its cords asunder, and said, no chains shall sully thee, thou soul of love and bravery. Thy songs were made for the pure and free, they shall never sound in slavery. Land of song, cried the warrior bard, though the world betrays thee. One sword at least thy right shall guard, one faithful heart shall praise thee. Yeah, I love that one. Hello, Nicole Pierce. Nicole, I hope you are feeling better. I know she was feeling under the weather this week herself. The saints preserve us all. Yeah. Yes, indeed. All right. Oh. Shout outs to Burt Bacharach. Damn. Yeah. Good show, old chap. Good show. Okay, excellent question, Serona. When are we getting a Mott the Hoople song? Yeah. Funny, because I actually, at one point, refined some sound specifically, not to emulate Mott the Hoople exactly, but to have that in my back pocket as a singer. Because my late producer, Neil Casal, specifically wanted to model a Hunter and the Dirty Jacks album for a song for an album that felt like a Mott the Hoople album, and it was like a specifically tasty kind of thing. And I don't know, it's just been too it was too emotionally loaded all through the pandemic, because he passed in 2019, and I just wasn't in the emotional space to go there at the early days of the LoveCast. So, yeah, Mott the Hoople, though, that's some really great stuff. Damn, I mean, that's some really great stuff. All right. I'm drinking Irish whiskey. Karen Oliver. Yes, rest in peace, Neil. He was an awesome producer. I also wish to hear that record. I'm just, well, I also wish to hear that record. Damn. Here's a Beatles song. Let's go to Someplace Happier. met a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me her room, isn't it good, Norwegian wood. She asked me to stay and she told me to sit anywhere. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I sat on a rug, biding my time, drinking her wine. We talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. She worked in the morning and started life. I told her I didn't, and crawled off to sleep in the bath. And when I woke, I was alone. This bird had flown. So I lit a fire. Isn't it good, Norwegian wood? Oh, wow. Karen Oliver bringing the news. Can't Take My Eyes Off of You is a Frankie Valli song from 1967. So, my next question, the title of the song, at least as published by Damien Rice, is The Blower's Daughter. Is it the same song? I would be amazed if Karen was wrong about that, because she's very on point about these sorts of things. Okay, it's what you're saying. That unambiguously puts it out there. Right on. Hello, Malika. Oh, man, Malika and I have a trip to take together. And I am... And I can't take My Eyes Off You was performed by Heath Ledger in 10 Things I Hate About You. Huh. Interesting. I never saw that movie. I know it was based on a Shakespearean play that I'm extremely fond of. So no, Amanda, I have not seen Get Back. I'm not sure what that is. Is that a movie? Obviously, I haven't seen it. But wait, Zach is saying. Oh yeah, no. I read Zach's comment. Can't Take My Eyes Off You, performed by Heath Ledger and Diana Nicole, saying, I love that movie, Zach. Okay, Paul Carganilla saying The Blower's Daughter and Can't Take My Eyes are different songs. Okay, fair. My mom loves it when I play The Blower's Daughter, and she can never remember the title, The Blower's Daughter. She always calls it, what's that Can't Take My Eyes song off of you song? So, it is a very understandable thing to mistake one for the other. Yes, Nicole, same lyric. Tune in tonight. I'm going to plug again at 9:15 for the 2-year anniversary of The Cove. Paul Carganilla's solo livecast show, but with guests. I think I'll take a second also to thank the folks that threw into the virtual tip jar last week. The people that supported LoveCast 134 were Susan Kuhn, Emily Thatcher, and one anonymous donor. And, oh yeah. We were talking about the James Webb Space Telescope last week. I was all, worried about the Canadian instrument. The near-infrared spectroscopy instrument was offline, and there was also another filter wheel that was offline. All of that has been fixed, and the James Webb Space Telescope is banging on all cylinders, I'm thrilled to say. And in other science news, the folks that watch this show or watch anything that I talk about regularly know that I'm fascinated by the Fermi paradox, which the very quick little encapsulation of the Fermi paradox is if technological life in the universe is possible, and obviously it is because we have one technological civilization right here that we're speaking from. Where's everybody else? That's the Fermi paradox in a nutshell. One of my favorite podcasts is Anton Petrov. And he just now put out a video that I haven't actually watched yet called Levinthal's Paradox, which is apparently touted as some biochemistry paradox that might actually account for this. I hope that this is not just a lack of phosphorus. This is a bit of biochemistry that I'm very already well aware of. But when Anton Petrov puts out there that here's a solution to the Fermi paradox that you may have never heard of, and it's biochemical in nature, he's going to completely have accounted for the potential lack of phosphorus for organic or carbon-based forms of life out there. So, yeah, I'm going to check that out and probably listen to that while I go for a walk tonight after the 2-year anniversary of In the Cove. So, with all the talk of baseball in the chat, I think next I'm going to pitch to you, dear listeners, a medley of Pink Floyd. But first, one more bit. If I haven't recommended this book, forgive me if I have or have not on this channel. This is the best book on the Fermi paradox I have ever read. This is incredible. 75 Solutions to the Fermi Paradox. The premise of this book is a fascinating exercise in what is possible, but regardless of its probability or improbability. I love this book because it immediately exiles any answers, hypothetical answers to the Fermi paradox that simply defy physics or defy logic or reason for any reason. So anything that is included in physical reality that Stephen Webb could think of himself or could garner from other sources and then evaluate on some spectrum of likelihood, he included in this book. This is like weightlifting for the brain. If the universe is teeming with aliens, where is everybody? 75 solutions to the Fermi paradox and the problem of extraterrestrial life by Stephen Webb, with a foreword by Martin Rees. Martin Rees was one of my favorite cosmologists when I was studying physics, by the way. Martin Rees gave me like more ahas per page in his book, Just 6 Numbers. That's what it was called. Martin Rees, Just 6 Numbers. But perhaps we'll discuss that book on another LoveCast. Meanwhile, yeah, David, you are going to love that book. Absolutely. So here's some Pink Floyd. I just want to change some lights for this Pink Floyd. While we're talking about space and the Fermi paradox, let's unless my remote won't work or won't make a dramatic enough effect. Okay, let's go with there. Oh, thank you, Craig Jackman, for the link. Hello, is there anybody in there? It's not if you can hear me. Is there anyone at home? Come on now, I hear you feeling down. Well, I can ease your pain, get you on your feet again. Relax, I need some information first. Just the basic facts. You show me where it hurts. There is no pain you are receding. A distant ship smoke on the horizon. You are only coming through in waves. Your lips move, but I can't hear what you say. When I was a child, I had a fever. My hands felt just like 2 balloons. Now I got that feeling once again. I cannot explain, you would not understand. This is not how I am. I have become comfortably numb. Okay, sick, can you stand up? I do believe it's working good. That'll keep you going for the show. Come on, it's time to go. There is no pain you are receiving. A distant ship, smoke on the horizon. You are only coming through in waves. Your lips move, but I can't hear what you say. When I was a child, I caught a fleeting glimpse out of the corner of my eye. I turned to look, but it was gone. I cannot put my finger on it now. The child is grown, the dream is gone, and I have become comfortably numb. Is on the grass. The lunatic is on the grass, remembering games and days of change and lies. Got to keep the loonies on the path. The lunatic is in the hall. The lunatics are in my hall. The paper holds their folded faces to the floor, and every day the paper boy brings more. And if the dam breaks open many years too soon, if there is no room upon the hill, and if your head explodes with dark forebodings too, I'll see you on the dark side of the moon. Is in my head. A lunatic is in my head. You raise the blade, you make the chain, you rearrange me till I'm sane. You lock the door, throw away the key. There's someone in my head, but it's not me. And when the cloud bursts under band you're in starts playing different tunes. I'll see you on the dark side of the moon. Than you touch, all that you see, all that you taste, all you feel, all that you love, and all that you hate, all you distrust, all you say, all that you give, and all that you buy, beg, borrow, steal. All you create and all you destroy, and all that you do, all you say, all that you eat, and everyone you meet, all that you slight, everyone you fight, all that is now and all that is gone, all that's to come, and everything under the sun is in tune, but the sun is eclipsed by the moon. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think we'll cut it off there and be timely, which is a virtue unheard of on the Vaudacity network. You're very welcome, Karen. Thank you all very much for joining us this evening. Coming up in something like 15 minutes, Paul Carganella for the 2-year anniversary of The Cove. Dinetta, sir. Yeah, I love you all. We will be back, of course, next week, post-Valentine's Day, Thursday night at 8 o'clock for the LoveCast 136. I love you all. Thank you for joining us. Good night.